afternoon, good morning. Well, we are midweek, and do you know what we say on a Wednesday? We wear pink. So I decided to wear yellow for a change. I am Craig Laird. It's so nice to have your company on this Wednesday, the 30th of June. It's Wednesday, it's midweek, so that means we have got two incredible shows. First of all, the Robinson is back in the building. She's got, exactly, yeah, the Moseby's in as well. You can hear him a mile away. So she's going to be coming up with the craft along. What an absolute phenomenal craft along that's coming all along. Later on in the day, 3 p.m. here in the UK, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. Pacific Time. Then with it being a Wednesday, it is of course the staple show of the day, of the week in many cases to you at home. That is Creative Cravings. Now, Debbie will be popping in. I'm going to tell you a wee bit more because it's not going to be Debbie doing the full show. That's 7 o'clock here in the UK, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, or 11 a.m. Pacific Time. But what we're going to do is, I've got my tag team partner as well. It's like a bit of a triple threat today. Again, tell you more about that just in a minute. But holding the reins is Ben.
Thanks, Craig. Yeah, it is going to be a brilliant day today. Lots coming up, and as Craig has sort of alluded to already, we do have a special guest with us throughout the day today. And if you remember back to this time last week, you'll kind
when I was on holiday?
When you were on holiday, it wasn't in Scotland.
Don't start.
You can't get...
Social media already think I've been flying all over Europe. I was in Scotland, and I've got the photos to prove it.
Don't get a town like that in Scotland. We'll not start that again.
Don't stop stirring the pot.
Last week, when he was on holiday somewhere, not Scotland, we had one of our team from the store, Sam, who came along for the day, and it was brilliant. You guys really enjoyed it. She was here, showing us some of her techniques, sharing some of her hints and tips, and also giving us a bit of a look, I suppose, into what life is like at the Evesham store. And you know what? We really enjoyed it, and we know that you guys enjoyed it as well. So we thought, you know what? We're going to bring you another very special guest who's going to be with us today, not only on this show, but also hosting Creative Cravings with me a little bit later on. So, also from our Evesham store, we've got a lady who hosts in-store demos. She's come up for the day to visit, and I know you guys will welcome her in the comments. It is the lovely Ali Stevens. Ali, how are you?
Hi Ben, hi Craig, hi everyone. Nice to be here, thanks for having me.
Oh, it's lovely to have you here, and I know you were obviously here with us yesterday because myself and Debbie kept saying, oh, the special guest in the corner, the special guest in the corner. Are you feeling sort of pumped and ready and raring to go and excited to be joining us?
So excited. Really want to show you what I've been preparing and give you some of my hints and tips that I've got.
Excellent stuff, and we're going to be chatting more with you throughout the show. Any questions you guys have got as well for Ali, then get those in, and we will ask her throughout the show. But as we said, she's going to be joining us throughout this show and on Creative Cravings a little bit later on. Also during this show, we are going to be sharing random crafts of kindness, I should say, because of course it is a Wednesday. Already got a few stories to share with you guys that you've already sent in, but if you want to share any more stories with us throughout this show, then you can get in touch with us on Facebook and YouTube. Anytime that you've used your crafty skills to put a smile on somebody's face, send those stories in, and we will read them as we head through the show. It's going to be a good one, isn't it?
It's going to be a good one as well, and very quickly, I'll go into a lot more detail throughout the show. What I have decided, because of you and something else that you've enjoyed seeing, kind of throughout July, we're going to give random acts of crafting.
Random crafts of kindness.
That's the one. We're going to give that a little bit of a break just for a couple of weeks, and what I'm going to do is we're going to introduce something else that you guys have loved, and you're going to see me doing more of it. That's going to be each Wednesday throughout July. By the end of July, it'll all come together into something really exciting. But we'll tell you more about that later on. Let's focus on what we've got coming up today on Crafters TV. All about the craft along. So when it comes to the craft along, it is all about our frame, stamp and die collection. So within this one here, not only are you getting the dies and stamps, you're also getting your Centura apparel. This is your cardstock, so you can see it on your screen right now. Altogether, it's the frame, stamp and die collection, 43 elements in total, including your 10 sheets of your solar gold Centura apparel. Now, every single one of you will be paying £50 or $60. However, if you are in Club Inspire and you are platinum, that comes all the way down to £40 or $48. With the craft along, this is something that we've started to do and hugely popular. And round about a couple of weeks, sometimes a couple of months after a product's launch, what we do is we come along with one of us on the team and do a craft along so that you can actually physically craft along with us, because we put the ingredients, the shopping lists out a few days before. If you've not got the products yet, what you can then do, using today, giving you the opportunity to buy it at that incredible price. What that also means, you can come back time and time again and craft along with Debbie. Now, obviously, after today, the craft along won't be live, but that doesn't matter. You can still craft along till your heart's content. Everything is held on our website, or as I always say, the best place to go is on YouTube, Crafters TV, and you can watch everything back again. So that's the craft along. That, of course, is 3 p.m. here in the UK, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. Pacific Time. When it comes to that one there, it actually works out. Here in the UK and Europe, you're saving 25%. For you guys stateside, you're saving over 20%. But either way, these are all individual, 43 elements. So the main detail die is separate from the outline die. You've got stamps to go with it. Then you're getting the Centura Pearl as well. If there's any time to check out what Ben will go over shortly, and that is our current Get It, Got It Good, is going to work beautifully with this, as well as the full products on Crafters TV today. That, of course, is the craft along. Get your bits together, go across onto social media, have a look at Debbie's page, our pages, and all of the list is there for you to create exactly what she's going to be creating. I've chosen, although there is a picture on social media, I've chosen not to show it on Wake Up Call because I want it to be a surprise for those that have not seen it, but it is a phenomenal one as well. Then, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be having a look. Now, this is something I am actually jealous that on today's day, I'm not going to be doing the demo in, and the lovely Alison's Ali. Her name's Alison. She gets called Ali. You know, Alison is when she's been naughty, she said. So, yeah. Naughty. It's been bad. Ali. Phenomenal today. Wait till you see. There's many questions you've asked over the last couple of weeks that actually Ali's going to answer and demo throughout the show, certainly on Creative Cravens. Talking about Creative Cravens, this is our layer and stamp and die set here. 77 elements in total. This is the stamps and the dies. These are the layering stamps. Now, you can absolutely use the stamps individually if you want. The idea of these ones is you've got, for instance, 3 layers. You get more than 3 stamps on a set. However, let's take, for instance, let's have a look at, let's go for the teacup. So the main kind of design, you're going to stamp 1 with the lightest. The next line up, the next stamp up, number 2, is going to be the medium. And then the final detailed stamp, number 3, that's going to be the darkest. That's then going to bring in that blending and shading without you having to do any colouring whatsoever. And then, as these haven't been seen for quite some time, you even get the stamps to go with them as well. Let me just turn my phone off.
Naughty, naughty. Woo!
So within these ones here, these ones have not been seen for a wee while. So these are a nice bundle here when you've got them. The layering stamp as well as the die collection, and you've got the buy the show bundle. It actually works out you're saving an extra 10% off on that one there. But there we go, £50, $40 for everyone. But if you are platinum, you're then going to be £40 or $32 for that one there. Now, you can be using the dies on their own if you want to as well. Really nice way to start to mix and match if you want. And then what we're going to do, one final thing that Ali will also be showing you, not only just in Wake Up Call, but of course on Creative Cravens. So big that what we've had to do is we've had to put it on a still. This is the Vintage Diary Collection. 79 elements in total with your 2 12 by 12 paper pads. So you have got all of that within that goodness here. Now, this is going to work so well with lots of different colours, not just what comes included within that bundle there. £129 here in the UK, $172 for you guys stateside. Now, if you are platinum, £103.20. or $137.60. There is lots and lots of additional ideas and inspiration across on Crafters TV on YouTube, and there has even been a craft along as well with this one here. So when it comes to Crafters TV, we've got so much for you to follow if today's the day that you choose to purchase it by popping it into your basket and checking it out. So as you can see, it is absolutely jam-packed full. I'm going to have a look at the comments now. And what Ben is going to do is he's going to go over something else that's going to work really, really well with everything on today's show, everything throughout today, and really the remainder of the week while stocks last.
Thank you, Craig. Yes, just a few hellos as well, because loads of you already getting in touch, like Kimberly from North Carolina and Deborah from Bakersfield, Dee from Kentucky, Lisa from Minnesota, and also Karen Sorrell on Facebook, who says, I got up at 6 a.m. ready to watch the Scotty Hottie.
Might not be back tomorrow.
I thought he was a bit red in the face yesterday after coming back from Scotland, but he's even redder now.
I've never said how Ern and Jenny are my favourite bosses in the entire world.
I know. They're great, aren't they? They're lovely,
brilliant.
Lovely people. Ali, make sure your phone's turned off. Winnerbeth also saying, welcome Ali, can't wait to see what you are going to share with us. A lot of love for the fact that we've got another one of our team in from the Evesham store. We'll come over to Ali in just a few moments time, but let me tell you what we've got as far as your Get It Got It good deal is concerned this week. Yeah, it's everything you need as far as your adhesives are concerned. This is a brilliant collection if you need to stock up, but also if you're quite new and you're thinking, I don't know which adhesive I want to work with. This is brilliant because you're going to get 2 bottles of your all-purpose. You've got a permanent tape pen. You've also got your dotty tape pen included in there as well for those more intricate die cuts. You've got your 3D glue gel. That comes with the tools, plus your red liner double-sided tape in the 3mm size and your double-sided foam sheets as well, all for that amazing price too. It's proved very popular so far because, as I say, if you need to stock up, you've got a little bit of everything. But if you're brand new, then you've got a little bit of everything to try and see what works best for you. Lovely comments, as I say, already coming in. I know Craig has had a little look at these. Must just say a very happy birthday to Mary Kay Noel on Facebook, who's just said, good morning, everyone. Starting my birthday with my CC family. Have a lovely birthday from all of us here. And let's get cracking. Craig, are you ready to go?
Well, I'm certainly ready to go, that's for sure. However, we are, of course, going to bring in our absolute special guest from our Evesham store, which I've actually crossed paths with a number of times in the store, but it's really nice to be here on Wake Up Call, and who's actually going to be doing the demo. And we were going to be, first of all, having a look at the frame stamp and dies coming along in the craft along. But I think nothing else to say other than Ali, it's over to you. Woohoo!
Well, all right, let's get going.
Let's get going indeed.
All right, so what we're doing to start first is we're going to have a look at the frame stamps and dies. Now, these are beautiful. What you can do with them is cut through your card so that you can put things behind there. You can have those standing out, getting some 3D elements, or you can just stick it on, and all of these have got stamps to go with them, and also this way. I'll get there in the end.
Yeah, I've still not mastered it either. What's left is right and what's right's left.
There it is. So they all come with a sentiment die with a background, and also that way sentiment stamps, or the other finger. There we go.
You get it.
Sentiment stamps. So if I show you a sample that we've got here from this one, you can see how you can cut into, there we go, I'm shaking, that's better. So you can see how you can cut through, and the frame, even though that's just in black, is just beautiful.
Yeah, fantastic.
All of the details that are in there. You don't need much more, just a few embellishments on there, and you've got a beautiful card. So if I show you the next one, there we go. So the next one, we've got a decadent frame here with a birthday sentiment, and you get your, I'm getting there, you get your stamps along the side here. Let me show you a sample from our beautiful, fantastic design team, which I'm also on. Hi, design team.
Hello, design team.
So there we are. And you can see that this one has been brought forward slightly. Oh, that way, there we go. Brought forward slightly, but also not much else needed. Just some beautiful embellishments just put on. Quick and easy cards can be made. Let's have a quick look at the next one.
And as you've just shown, even just on two, there's two different styles that you can do, but having that outside die, as you'll just show in a moment, really does open up so many other opportunities.
Oh yes, there we are. Oh, I love this one. See, I am a big fan of craft card. I love craft card. I'm a very vintage kind of girl. And so this one I think is just beautiful. So we've got a square frame this time instead of a rectangle, which is fantastic. And you've got the love sentiment and the stamps here. Yeah, got there. And then the next one.
This one's phenomenal,
Gorgeous,
isn't it?
isn't it?
I think this is my favourite.
Now, yeah, I must admit, this you don't have favourites, do you here?
Well, I do.
No. Well, this is mine.
No, we're not meant
This
to,
is mine.
but-
This is the one that I've chose that I'm going to be demonstrating today. And I just love this one because it's just so detailed. You can see the flowers, you can see the leaves, you can see the berries in there. So I'm going to be actually colouring this one up with the illustrators just to give it some definition. But you don't need to be able to because, as I was saying, they're so detailed that you don't need to. So there we are. There we've got the shaker.
Hey, got a shaker card in
We all
early.
love a shaker card with a what's that? Foam on a roll. There we go.
Foam on a roll, foam on a roll.
Sorry, Craig.
Foam on a roll, foam on a roll, foam on a roll. Hey!
Actually, tell you something. You're in the WhatsApp group, Ben. Last night, apparently England were playing last night.
Yeah, oh yeah, some game going on.
Congratulations to England. Sorry for you guys in Germany. But even Johnny had messaged saying he was chanting along with the crowd at home and started to sing Foam on a Roll. And Gemma was going, what are you chanting? What are you singing? Singing Foam on a Roll. How you went from an English chant into Foam on a Roll, I don't know.
The England fans will be singing it in the next game, won't they? The quarterfinals. You remember, they won't be chanting England, they'll be just chanting Foam on a Roll. It's going global. Anyway, sorry, Ali.
Sorry. You'll find that Ali with us on Wake Up Call. We'll just go on a tangent. But what have you got for us?
Right, so what I'm going to be doing is using that beautiful frame with the flowers, and I'm going to be using that on our Nina cardstock. So Nina cardstock, remember, is for our alcohol inks. Any of the illustrators, the classics, this is the perfect paper to be working with.
Yeah.
So I've just cut a piece of Nina paper ready, and I'm just going to place that. Now, my next favourite is the midi, I must admit.
Why do you like the midi so much?
I love the midi. I have got a little boy. Well, he's not so little anymore. I'm only 4'11" and a half, and he's here now, and he's 8. So, but yeah, it takes after his dad, who is 6'4".
Really?
But yes, that's interesting. So, so what we're going to do is I'm going to put this in, and the reason I love the midi is because it's quiet.
Yeah.
And I can craft after dark, and I can do it to my heart's content without waking up my son, even though he's probably still awake anyway because he's at that age.
Do you find generally you get a lot of time to craft then at home, Ali?
When Dougie's asleep, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But it's my main thing that I do. I don't just watch telly. I can't just watch the telly.
Yeah.
I've got to be doing something
as well.
as I'm doing it. So that's what I do, and that's why my midi's brilliant and my colouring.
Yeah.
Always colouring. So I'm just going to run this through the midi.
Are you from a crafty family, or are you the sort of only crafter in your family?
Well, my mum is an artist.
Oh right.
She went to art school and she worked in the art college.
Okay.
My dad is a horticulturalist, so he's the scientist. I started my career on the scientist side.
Yes, you said that.
And I was a science teacher for, 10 years.
Wow, okay.
I worked with lots and lots of students. Hopefully, maybe some of them are watching. Hello. So I'm just going to poke these out whilst I'm talking.
Yeah.
And then after I had my son, I decided, right, I need to have some extra time going on. And so I found the advert for the Crafters Companion store.
Yeah.
And went for it. And I love it. I love being there. I can't wait until we can start doing classes again. And I know all the customers can't wait till we start doing classes again as well. So hopefully that will be soon. Right, so you don't need to see me poking all that out. And Blue Peter style, because if I was to colour this in now, it will take me about half an hour. So Blue Peter style, whilst I was home last night. So I've not coloured it all in. I've just started colouring it in.
Should just say for our American viewers, Blue Peter is a show. Actually, apparently it still runs.
Yeah, it's still going now.
Every day. But it was on our main channel, BBC, Monday to Friday. It was on for about an hour, around about tea time, and they would show you how to do things and make things. And it was for the younger kids into the teens and that. And what they used to do, they would make things, and then what they would do is to cut down on time and say, here's one I've made earlier, and bring it in. So that's why we tend to reference that, just in case anyone in America is like, why do they say that every now and again? That's why.
Ah, yes. I didn't think about that, Craig, actually.
Yeah.
That's it, yeah. I wonder if there's a show like that over there.
To be.
There's got to be something.
It's got to be.
Let us know.
Yeah.
So, what I've done as well is I like to cut. You always have to colour when you're using Illustrator pens. You have to colour onto something that's absorbent, because you don't want it to go. What happens is it goes through the paper. So you don't want to have something that's non-absorbent underneath, because the ink's just going to pull back through and colour and ruin your colouring. So you always have that. Also, you want to protect anything that's under there. But I've decided I'm going to colour it onto my craft card, because I can see it easily, but also that's what I'm going to frame it with afterwards. So that's going to help me with my colour choices.
That's a really good tip, really good.
Okay, so I go with the vintage theme, me vintage girl. So I've decided that my flowers are going to be using our vintage pinks.
Okay.
Okay. One of the least used ones, but I think it should be used more.
Yeah.
I love the vintage ones. You've got the vintage pinks, you've got the vintage blues. There's a whole collection of them within the alcohol pens, the vintage colours, and I'll be going through those.
And that's what you like to
later
use.
on. I love using those ones. So I'm going to give you a little tip for colouring in. One of the main questions I get asked about colouring is shading and highlighting. So your shading and highlighting, don't worry so much, honestly. What you've got to think about when you're shading and highlighting is, as long as there's some, it's going to look good.
Okay.
It doesn't really matter where you put it to start off with. But when you're thinking about it, and believe me, a lot of my customers at the store have sent me messages, come back in the store, told me, God, Ali, I'm looking at things in a different way, because I'm always looking to see where the shadow is and where the highlight is. It just naturally goes in. So if you try and think that way, it will start to happen. So if I show you on this flower.
Absolutely.
Okay, so with this flower here, you can see, I'm shaking, I'm sorry. You can see.
You are doing absolutely amazingly.
Thank you, Craig. So you can see that this petal here is actually folding upwards towards it. So that means the shadow is going to be on the base. So I'm just going to go in with my AP4, my darkest shade there. And then I want my shadow to be on this part of this petal, because that's rising up. And then because these ones are behind it, I'm putting my shadows within there. And can you see, just by judging that, you can see that this one is going to curl up, whereas these ones are curling this way. Kind of. It will look more when you see it.
Yeah.
So these petals are behind these ones. Okay, so I'm going to put my shadow on that bit there, and my shadow on that bit here, and then put those in all the way around.
Fab.
I see where you're going with this.
Okay, so can you see? So this one, so the only petal really that was curving the other way is this one. So I've put the shadow on the other side just to give it a little bit more definition. But to be honest, it wouldn't really matter. So what I do then is I'm going to go in with my mid shade. So I've got my AP3. and I'm just going to blend that out. So I'm using the fine tip, the brush tip.
Yeah.
Okay.
This brush tip is a game changer, totally.
Right.
It's what's going to make your artwork better.
Do you use
Just
the
the
brush
tip.
a lot other than the finer tip, or?
I use the fine tip when I've got very small details to do, but the brush nib, because you've got such control with it, I mean, you can do, I'm going to put stick up over this so I don't worry about it.
No, that's
because you can do flicks with it. Can you see you can get gradients of one colour, and that just makes your blending a heck of a lot easier to be able to do that. Okay, so what I'm going to do, whilst that's still wet, hopefully, I'm just going to go in on the edges, and because this isn't a solid design, you don't have to be so
So accurate.
helping me with the words, boys.
This is like yesterday when Debbie was finishing off all her sentences, wasn't I, Ellie?
Yes.
That was perfect.
Perfect, that's it. Thank you, perfect, that's the word. You don't have to be so perfect, because you'll notice once you lift it up, it's not so bad. So, but all that's I'm doing is just going over those edges. That's going to push back the darker shade and make it blend a lot easier. I'm then going to come in with my lightest shade. Oh no, hang on a minute, where's my lightest shade? Here we go, got it. I did a Debbie. I lost my pen. So,
What you like?
so I'm going in with my lightest shade. Now, another tip I can give you is the re-inkers.
Oh, yes.
Okay, now, your re-inkers, if you can't get the whole collection, because there are tons of them. If you can, brilliant. I wish I could. And I will eventually. I'm getting the collection there. But I would start off with your re-inkers with getting the lightest shade, because your lightest shades are the ones you're going to be using the most, because this is the one is going to push back your darker colours and get that blending going. So your lightest shade is the pen you'll use the most. So get those re-inkers while
That's
you
a
can.
really good thing to let everyone know about, absolutely.
Okay. So all I'm going to do now is just finish up, and I'm going over. You can now, if you wish to, just go over the whole thing, even though you will lose a bit of the definition if you want to. If you weren't happy with where you've put your shadows, then you can just go back over with the lighter colour and keep going and keep going. Can you see here, actually, I've coloured the green a little bit too much over there. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in with my fine tip and I'm just going to faux bleach it. What that does is it pushes that green backwards through the paper. Can you see that?
Absolutely.
There we go. And that green's gone. My mistake's corrected.
Just whilst you're showing us this as well, just to ease you into it a little bit more, there's so many lovely comments coming in for you, Ali. Laura says, Ali's doing great. What a wonderful job, says Dee. Tell her she is crafting with a world full of friends.
Oh, thank you.
Nee saying, yes, Ali's doing great. Another unique and awesome perspective on using the CC products. There's so many comments coming in. Love seeing you demonstrate, says Rosalind. Great job, Ali, says Sue. Hope you come back again. Great tips for the shading, Ali, says Liz Reese-Pedler as well. He's probably a name that you know. So yeah, loads of love coming in for you.
Thank you very much, guys.
And
that's so
the thing,
nice.
Ben. There's so many incredible crafters out there, not just us here on the team, you know, within our store as well, such as Ali and obviously Sam as well as so many more. It would have been crazy for us not to invite them here to do some demoing as well. So who knows, I would love to see both of them again, but you know, certainly by the comments from all of you as well, you're absolutely loving seeing what Ali is doing. And also to say as well, but I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, when it comes to shading with alcohol, I've never seen any one of us explain it onto die cut. It's always stamped images. how to do the blending and shading within stamped images, never on actual die cuts. So that's something new for me as well. That's really, really interesting to see what you're doing, Ali.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
And
Yeah.
and it's really, this is your bread and butter, isn't it, Ali? From what you were saying like before the show as well, like the colouring and like artwork and drawing is your go-to.
That's
isn't it?
my go-to. That's my mindfulness. That's my what calms me down. It's what I love doing.
Yeah.
I have got so many projects on the go. None of them are finished, unfortunately. But I just absolutely love it. And to be totally honest with you, I used to do more scrapbooking.
Oh yeah.
When I first started. And then when I got the job at Crafters Companion Evesham and I got introduced to Spectrum Noir,
Yeah.
I decided that I loved the pen. Just the wall of colour just drew me in straight away. And I went in and our lovely manager Rachel said, here you go, here's some pens, try them out, see what they're like. And from that moment on, I just decided, right, I was going to learn how to use all this stuff. So I've only been doing this since I started the job, it's like 4 years ago.
Wow, okay.
And I've worked now with the watercolours, the sparkle, all of them. Everything Spectrum Noir, I love working with. But the illustrators, I must admit, are my main go-to.
Yeah.
So and they're just so easy to use. It's so easy to use.
And is this what you're teaching mainly like within the store? Because I know our American friends particularly love to know what goes on within our stores here. So when things are sort of normal, as it were, is this the kind of thing that you like to do classes on? Is this your main thing that you demo?
Yeah. Me and Sam have very different styles. I love our Sam. She's my bunny. But Sam is the queen of sparkle and the queen of card making.
Yeah.
She's just phenomenal at it. But I love doing techniques, so I love showing people how to do the colouring, how to use the different ink pads for the backgrounds, all that sort of things.
Brilliant.
And then, finish it off a bit more. But I spend most of my time on the technique classes.
Brilliant.
What I'm going to do is... because that will take much longer. So I've just shown you. I'll just tell you quickly the other colours that I've used just on this one. So I've used the yellow green. You can't see them. Yeah, the yellow greens, and they're more the vintagey greens. You can tell they've got more of a warm tone rather than a cool tone green. And the vintage pinks I used. I've also used the golden yellows for the insides. Here. Okay, because there are more warms as well. Vintage tones are very warm. Even in blue, even in the blues, you can't. It's strange to think that you can have a warm blue and a cold blue, but you can. It's whether it's got a brown tint to it or a grey tint to it.
Another great explanation. Yeah, love that.
So, and then the last ones that I use just for the berries are the DPs, just here, which I'm trying to say, I think they're the dusty purples. Somebody can tell me. If there's anybody out there that can tell me what the DP stands for, let me know.
And that's
because I
so
think it's
good,
dusty
because
purples.
yeah, if we get stuck, if we're unsure, if we have a mind blank of that, we can absolutely guarantee, that you'll get in the comments. Ben's got the comments, I've got the comments as well. So yeah, anything like that, feel free to let us know as well. But what have we got next?
So what I'm just going to do now is I'm just going to show you how I cut the frame out.
Perfect.
So 2 seconds and I will be with you.
So so this is what Ali is showing you at the moment, and we're going to finish off just in a second. This is all about the craft along, so that's going to be with Debbie. Debbie and Ben, 3 p.m. here in the UK, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. Pacific Time. So if you want to get a hold of the collection, if you've not already got it, the collection is 43 elements in total with 10 sheets of your Solar Gold Centura apparel, £50 or $60 for everyone. However, if you're Club Inspire and you're Platinum, £40 or $48. Of course, that's not not forgetting you guys in Europe, either crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu. That is the place to go. I am speeding through that because I am desperate to get back to Ali to see what you're ready to do next.
Right, okay, so as I was saying, I was colouring onto the craft card because that helped me make sure that the colours that I'd picked are going to suit the frame that I wanted to use. So I've got my craft card. Now this is, let's have a look. So yeah, so this is a 6x8 frame.
Okay.
And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to score from the edge 2 notches, as I call it.
Do you call them notches when it comes to the guillotine?
Yeah.
Is it
the notches?
Well, no, it's whatever you call it, because we all have different names. Notches, lines, guides. We all call them different things.
I'm going down the second notch. Okay. Oh, I've got 2 sheets of the card, that's why. So I'll just go down the second notch once, and then 2 more again. And then I'm just going to turn it around and do the same on the other side. Down 2 notches. And down again, and then you do that the same with your next piece.
Okay.
Okay, and what this is going to do is it's going to create one of my favourite cards, and this is actually, because I never really used to make cards before I came to Crafters Companion. Like I said, no, I was a scrapbooker and crocheter. And so this is a card that is actually the first card style that I was taught at Crafters Companion.
Wow, amazing.
So there we go. So what you have now, you're going to make the box frame. So you're just going to fold that back, and on the other side.
So by the sounds of it, you're literally doing a little bit of every craft, really, Ali.
Oh yeah,
giving everything a go.
You have to. We've got to fill those classes up, Ben. We've got to provide a lot of different things to teach.
Yeah.
And we do. We've got the most fantastic staff though, and they are so talented and just a wealth of knowledge. I mean, the soft craft side is just phenomenal. Our mixed media it's just a joy to work there.
Just to reiterate what you were saying, because I was fortunate enough, it was the Evesham store where I was either a full day or a full 2 days. Now I know you were in the store at the time, but you weren't in with the classes with me. It was actually Sam that was in last week. She was kind of helping and assisting me. It's flower forming, and as you said a moment ago, Sam's work is absolutely incredible. And that's what I love about our Evesham store as well as Chesterfield. You've all got your own little pockets, your own little areas that comes together. And friendly. Rachel, if you haven't twigged, the store manager at Evesham is Resin Rachel. So we've had her on Wake Up Call.
Oh yes, Resin Rachel.
Is that?
This is one of Resin Rachel's necklaces there. Sorry, bending down, won't do it. There we go. Give her a plug.
So absolutely.
Rachel's Resins.
Yeah, so I know she's definitely on Instagram. Sure, she's on Facebook as well. But I even believe, a big shout out to Rachel because she's watching at the moment as well. Maybe the stores are.
From her holiday?
Is she on holiday?
Oh, bless her. Oh, thank you, Rachel.
She's actually on a pier at the minute.
You're taking a bit of time out off your fishing trip?
In the Isle of Wight. She's on a pier on the Isle of Wight watching.
Wow.
Just to go to show that we've been watching everywhere.
Thank you.
And that just absolutely epitomises Rachel and the love and the support that she's got, not only just for, colleagues, but our friends back in the store as well. And that's really lovely to see and read as well. So thank you, Rachel.
She really is. She really is. I tell her, and I don't know if she believes me, but I tell her that she is actually the best boss, apart from Sarah, the best boss I've ever worked for. And that is because she just loves her staff and she bigs them up all the time. If we made something good, then she'll take a picture and send it into Sarah or someone to let them know. It's just so nice to be appreciated. So thank you, Rach.
It's nice in that way. It's all good saying that, we've got such an amazing team here at Crafters Companion, whether it's here, obviously, on Crafters TV or the stores, but to have you and Sam and that being able to come here and just obviously shout from the rooftops yourself, it's lovely to read from here. Yeah,
we come into the store, and that's why we were employed. We were employed because we were crafters and we had something to share rather than something to sell, because the products sell themselves. And so what I've learned about selling products has just come from the products just being so great to use.
Yeah.
Yeah. So everybody that's on the floor, except for our young newbies that are lovely, that help us with the tills, are specialists in an area. So there'll be somebody there that can help you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
what
all
you
I'm doing with
what you
this one, if
snipping
I
here,
just
yeah.
show you, is I've just die cut it through again, and then I'm just cutting away the die cut area. Just snipping that out, because then what that's going to do is going to give me a perfect frame to
gives
go
you a slight emboss all the way
around.
round, doesn't it? For you to follow as well, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just quickly snipping that out. You have a bit more time to do it a bit more, but there we go. I think I've got it all. There we are. And then what we've got now, if I bring in what I was colouring, and I'll finish off the colouring between the shows.
No problem.
And then be able to line that up perfectly
What a difference.
over the top. And you can see if I put a bit of white card, if I can find some.
Just goes to show the difference
there we go.
between the white and then maybe the craft card instead.
There
Makes
we go.
a world of difference.
Fab.
Can you see?
Yeah.
So you can now see that that frame fits over perfectly, and I don't have to worry about getting my craft knife out, because I know that they come with a kind of die cutting frame, but that frame is actually bigger. So you can cut the whole thing out and stick it on top of something. But if you're wanting to just layer up on top, then that's the way that you can do it.
Brilliant.
Yeah, and I actually say as well, and I've said it quite a lot, Ali, when it comes to this collection, I very, very, very rarely use that outline die. What I'll do is I'll cut my cardstock to the size I want, then use it. So it's there for an option for frames, apertures, but you don't have to use it if you don't want to.
Right. Okay, so all I'm doing now, sorry Craig. I had somebody talking in my ear and I missed what you said. It's all right, don't worry, I'll get used to it.
Don't apologise. Can I just say, for the first demo and the first time you've been on, you're doing absolutely amazing, and the comments coming through as well are just phenomenal. So hopefully that's putting you at ease. You're doing amazing, Ali.
Thank you so much. Right, yep, there we go. So if we line that over, I've just used some of our tape pen to just hold that in. Okay, then you can trim, nearly finished, you can trim off. I should have done that before I stuck it down, but let's just do a Debbie and save it.
We can do that, we can do that.
Just to say as well, whilst you're doing this, I've just remembered, so last week, when Sam was here, we did the votes, because lots of people are asking whether or not they can vote on the demos of the shows. So what we'll do, and if you're all right with this, Johnny, we'll do exactly the same as we did last week. So we'll get you to vote for your demo of the show in this show, and then later on Creative Cravings, we'll get you to vote for Ali's demo of the show there, and then we'll get you to vote for Ali's demo of the day, and then we'll send the winning demo out to one of you, because that's what we did last week.
Oh yes.
You're happy?
That would be nice.
Yeah? Happy with that, Ali?
Yeah, is that a random random act of craftiness?
It would be a random craft of kindness.
That'll be my second one today, because I did one for Debbie this morning. I gave her one of my colourings.
You did?
Yes.
You did. Who did you give one to?
I gave Debbie one of my colourings. She told me to say.
We shall definitely have a look at your colouring at some point today as well, because we need
Ali,
to
do you have a Facebook page or Instagram
Yes,
page?
I do. I've it's something. Mine is called, if you go at Get Set Colour.
Okay.
So that's my business name. Get Set Colour, and on there you'll find some of my colours, some of my illustrations, and links to videos where I'm teaching you how to use them.
Well, I've taken a selfie of all of us that I'll post later on, and what I'll do is I will tag Ali's page on as well, so if you do want to go and follow her and see everything that she's done as well, then you can do.
That would be fantastic. That would be fantastic. Thank you. So, okay, so all I did was I put the tape down just the edges, the end edges. Okay. I'm just going to show you it from the front now. Okay, so, and then what you can see now is you've got that box frame in there that will stand up by itself.
Brilliant. So dimensional.
When I cut this bit off the end. Let me turn it the other way around. There we go, yay!
Hey.
So I'll finish off colouring that between shows, and I'll show you my finished one.
Please do.
Okay.
Just goes to show the combination of dimension from the box as well as the colouring. Looks really good. Oh, wow.
That is fab.
There we go.
Love that.
So what I've done there is behind it. See, I like making things for special occasions rather than like birthdays and things like that.
Right.
So I like to make a little bit of that's going to stay in someone's home for a while.
Is that a
so
wedding?
this would be like a save the date possibly for somebody's wedding. And I've just used some of our vellum on here. Now you can print on this vellum, so you can print it from your printer, but I'm going to just show you if I've got time. Have I got time, guys? Just 2 minutes. 2 minutes? Brilliant. I just want to show you how you can faux copper plate calligraphy
You
with
go
art.
for it.
Okay, let's
go
give
for
it a go. Thank you, guys. All right, so what you need to do is you need to get yourself a cheat sheet.
Okay.
Okay, so this is a cheat sheet that I made myself. Okay.
Just print that off your computer, laptop? or?
I printed off yes, I think I printed it off and then just traced over
Got
it
ya.
a little bit. Yep. And then just put a few hints and tips to remind me on the bottom. I'll put this on my on my Facebook page,
Okay.
so you can print it off if you want to. And with our vellum, you can put it and line it up over the top. So it's a great way
That's a
of
great
being
idea.
able to just fake it and make it.
Yeah.
Take it until you make it.
That's the one.
Yeah.
So if I find where I've done a Debbie again. Here we are. Right. If I find my art liners. Now, these are another product which I love. The brush-tipped art liners are fantastic for learning calligraphy. They're just so flexible, but the nib is really long. If I show you. So this green one here.
Okay.
Okay. So you can see you've got a very, very fine tip. Oh, we got it on the close-up.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, can you
Got
see
George
that?
in
There
the
we go.
building.
So it's really, really fine, but it's also so flexible, and that's not going to break. So you can go from I'm shaking. From really thin,
Bless you.
and the further you push down,
Oh,
you can
right.
get a really fat line.
That's
Okay.
so smart.
Is that something you've learned since being at Craft?
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Wow.
So another
Yeah.
one. We had so many customers coming in saying that they wanted to learn how to do lettering, bush lettering, calligraphy and all
Yeah.
that stuff. I just went, yeah, okay, I'll do it. And spent the next couple of months learning how to do it and coming up with a cheater's way
Brilliant.
to do it. That's all right. Right, so what I'm going to just do is show you how you can then just line that up there we are. Okay. Now the trick with calligraphy is brush tip when you're going down. This is going to be really shaky, guys. I'm really sorry.
Sure, take your time. Do not
So-
I think you're more shaky than you are because I can't see it.
I-
Oh, that's brilliant.
So I think
Fantastic.
You're
see
fine.
it.
You're
Right,
fine.
so, and you're going down, you're going to press down on the pen
Yep.
because that's going to give you a fatter line.
Right.
Okay? And then there we go. As you're going up, you're going to take it onto the tip.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah? So you get that fine bit. And then I'm going back down again, pushing down to get the fatter.
Okay.
And then pushing down, push down, and then fine, back up again.
So it's gradual pressure on the way
Yeah.
down and then
Yes.
lighter on the flick up.
Yeah, and everybody thinks with calligraphy that you have to you have to do the whole letter in one go.
Yeah.
Or the whole word in one go.
Yeah.
You don't. You do bits and pieces
Bits at a time.
at
Got
a
ya.
time.
Yeah.
Lift your pen off. Don't get sucked into thinking that you have to do the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's at primary school where they
Gotcha.
wrap your knuckles if you take your pen off the paper.
Definitely do that anymore, but
What you can do is take a little bit of a breather.
I will do now.
Take a breather,
Thank you.
take a little bit of, I know you've got some water and that, get yourself sorted for the next one. And what we will do as well, just very quickly as well, Ali's covered two questions that so many of you asked. First off is with your papers. It's gone right in my head. Not papers, not tracing paper.
vellum.
Vellum. vellum, went totally out of my head, vellum and art liners. But then also to say as well, anything else that you see maybe Ali using, that maybe you've not got on the show, always remember, check out our website as well, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com.au. Keep in mind, obviously, things that's going on in the world, some that if they're not in stock at the moment, they'll be coming back in. Just keep an eye out, of course, but always the best place to go. Don't ever forget about all the tabs along the top, you know, new, downloads, etc., as well, because there's loads there. But that Ali was looking at is part of the craft along that Debbie will be doing, 3 p.m. here in the UK, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. Pacific Time. If you want to go for the bundle, £50, $60. But if you're in Club Inspire and you're platinum already, comes all the way down to £40 or $48 as well. Craft along if you've already got them. If not, now's your opportunity to get them, and you can be crafting along till your heart's content. Although it won't be live after today, you can always come back, and it means that you can pause, fast forward, rewind as well. But I think what we can do as well, so many comments coming through in today, isn't there, Ben? Absolutely loads.
Yeah, absolutely. Love all of these, and again, I think lots of you just loving, you know, seeing someone different, giving their hints and tips on, you know, various ideas, and lots of you, I think, loving to see like a snapshot of what you know, goes on in our stores. Jen just saying, love Spectrum Noir. I got a set of tri-blend brush alcohol markers because Craig was such a fan, and all the great demos. And Liz is saying the very class that I ever went to at Crafters Companion in Evesham was with Ali. Robbie saying, gorgeous Ali, you're doing great, and lots of wonderful tips. Love Ali, says Sharon Fuller, a fantastic teacher and a wonderful lady. And also Sam, who was here with us last week, has been in touch. Say hi, Craig, Ben and Ali. Loving the nails, Ali. I can't believe it's been a week since I was there. Love to you all. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that.
That's because my fingers are usually just covered in ink, so they don't usually see that very often.
Our crafters will notice everything. So always make sure whatever you're going to be wearing, make sure you know what you're wearing, because they'll ask you what it is. Nail varnish, clothes, necklaces, anything like that you've got.
Makes me think that I need to get my nails done after that. Right, it is time to have a look at some random crafts of kindness. You guys have been sending these in over the course of the last few days, the last few weeks as well. We've got a few stories which have been sent through. Michelle's, first of all, who says, so today, whilst waiting to come upstairs to see hubby, an elderly lady came over and asked me to ride with her on the elevator because she was scared of them. I said, sure, we can be elevator buddies. She laughed. She was visiting her husband also on the same floor, but on a medical part. We exchanged stories and chatted a bit. She said I was a blessing and she hoped for the best and hoped we could see each other again. That put a smile on my face. We've also got stories from Claire and Crystal. Claire goes on to say, I attended one of Sam's classes at the Evesham store and afterwards was struggling with walking around shopping. I'm disabled and I use 2 sticks. Sam came over, helped me, finding all I needed, and asked if I needed any more help. It was so lovely of her. So after her act of kindness, I messaged Sarah and told her how wonderful Sam had been and what a wonderful team and store it is at Evesham. All of the staff at Evesham are lovely, and by lucky coincidence in the lockdown, I moved even closer to the store. I'll hopefully see you all at a class when things are better, and that is with love from Claire. And then we've got a story from Crystal, who sent in a picture as well. Thank you for this, Crystal. This is amazing. And the story behind this picture says, I was inspired by Random Crafts of Kindness. I made a card along with a bag filled with homemade sweets and our neighbourhood newsletter, and I gave it to our new neighbours to welcome them to the neighbourhood. This is a brilliant idea and exactly what we're after. The card read, congratulations on your new home and welcome to our sweet neighbourhood. I see what you did there, Crystal. I love it. Thank you, CTV, for all you do to bring inspiration to us every day, and that is from Crystal. We've got some more stories to read out later on through the show, and also when we come back, we'll also have a chat with Craig, because we're going to be giving Random Crafts of Kindness a little bit of a rest over the coming weeks, but that's not to say that it's not going to kind of live on in a slightly different way over the next few weeks. So more on that to come. Don't forget, if you want to send in your random crafts of kindness on the socials, you can do over the course of the next half an hour. But whilst we get ready to see more with Ali and even Craig, let's give you a chance to take a bit of a breather and have a look at this. We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95 and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Well, safe to say you guys are absolutely loving this show. I cannot believe we've only got half an hour remaining. Kerry just saying absolutely loving the demos. Thank you. Sandy, Ali, you've done a wonderful demo this morning. Love all of your tips. The card was stunning. Would enjoy seeing more of your makes. And if you are enjoying seeing Ali's makes, she will be back, of course. Don't forget, later on, Creative Craving, 7 o'clock tonight here in the UK, 2 o'clock on the East Coast. And as we said, we'll get you to vote for your favourite demo in this show, the favourite demo in that show as well. And then Ali's demo of the day we'll do is what we did last week. We'll send out to someone who comments in the later show. So lots to look forward to. Thank you for all the lovely comments coming through. Safe to say, Craig, I think everybody enjoying everything that Ali's got to offer.
Really is. All that I could do is just keep reiterating what you're saying. Lots of comments saying the same, how you love the tips, the technique. You just love Ali herself on here as well. Just very quick, before we go back to Ali, random crafts of kindness. What I've decided is throughout July, over the time I've noticed you've loved following me along doing a certain project stage at a time. So what we're going to do, just temporarily throughout July, what we're going to do on a Wednesday, we'll put it this way, each Wednesday we're going to do something that will all relate to the end of the month. It all comes into one project. So that's what I've decided we're going to do throughout July. So random crafts of kindness, not going away forever, don't worry, we're just going to do a little bit of a different take for July, because it's something that you guys at home absolutely love. So what we can then do is we can have a look now as to what's coming up on Creative Craven, 7 p.m. here in the UK, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific Time. Something that's not been seen for a wee while, certainly within this combination. It works out, you're going to be saving over 50%. Now everyone is going to be paying today's price, £50.40. But if you're Club Inspire and you're Platinum, that comes all the way down to £40 or $32. Now these are not only just your stamps, these are layering stamps, they're also the dies as well. Creative Cravens, Debbie will be popping in, however, primarily it's going to be Ben and also Ali as well. So I think all that's left to say once again, Ali, is over to you.
Brilliant. Okay, I love these. I love these so much. So you've got layering stamps, which are perfect for you using your quick dry inks. Okay, so these are a few samples that I made using that are quick dry inks. So we've got the beautiful unicorn that you can use all our colours with. I've also made one with the flamingo. It's very, very simple to use, okay? And also, you can do simple cards with them and they still look stunning. And then this one is the birds of love. Oh, look at them.
I love
so
birds.
sweet. Okay, so what I'm going to actually show you to do today, I'm going to be using the cup die. Sorry, oh, there we
Oh, hang on. Hey, Australian card.
I'm going to be using the teacup one. I love that one. Warning, the coffee's worn off and the wine hasn't kicked in.
Oh, that's a lot of people in here.
How did you get over there?
Where did he come from? Across, just for a little bit, you know.
So what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to take it in a little bit of a different direction to our quick dry inks, and I'm going to be using our opaques and our metallic inks to make a kind of chalkboard effect. So we've got, if I can show you, closer. So, no, there we go. So we've got a little bit of a chalkboard going on. Oh, yeah, thank you.
Don't ever worry. You just let George or Charlotte follow you. They'll follow you.
There we are. And so if you're wanting to, when all these limits are lifted, you can make your own tea party invitations.
Ben, have you ever seen anything like that before?
First time, I think.
How
It is
cool is
absolutely
that?
But isn't this great? This is the kind of thing the guys from the stores are bringing to us, all these different ideas. That's brilliant.
So what I'll do is I'll show you the innovative design that these have got. So you can, can you see? There we go. You can see now. You can see that they've got like a corner notch in them. And every stamp has got this corner notch. And what that corner notch does is you can line that up with your stamping platform. So I'm just going to line it up with that corner there.
Do you always tend to pick out the same
I've
corner?
done it the wrong way. Done it on the wrong side. Oh, every time. Depending where I'm wanting it on the card.
Okay.
Now, if I'm wanting it somewhere else on the card, what I can do is I put some tape on.
That's what I do.
Do you?
Yeah,
so I just line up the tape and then I can remember where it would be. But I'm just going to use that one because it fits. I'm going to have to move my paper. There we go. Move the paper. Right. Oh, no, too far. There we go. Okay.
So you're still going to be using these in the layering aspect, but using the pigment?
Yes, just using the pigment and the metallics. So first off, I'm going with our pure white. See, which is not pure white anymore, but
just goes to show Alex buy products as well.
I do, yes. And I'm just going to put that on.
So will this matter with the project you're doing if it's got a bit of blue or different colour on the white?
It's not. It'll give it a little bit of a blue tinge, but mainly it's not too bad. What I should do is buy one that I use with other colours and one that I keep white, but I couldn't find it. So, but if you just stamp that down, then what you can get is a kind of chalk outline. Can you see that?
Okay.
And I can do that again.
Right.
Just lay it, because it's in the same layer, just lay that up. Press that down, do it again, it'll just give you a little bit more definition. Okay. I'm also going to put on the top of that one a little bit of blue.
So still the same stamp?
So, yeah, same stamp. I'm just going to put some of the blue over the top. And that white will make the blue shine out even more. Even though our metallic ink pads are fantastic.
Yeah.
They are beautiful.
I know Debbie Fisher loves, well actually she loves both them and the pigment.
Yeah, I love them on black, because I like working with black as well.
See, I knew this is how we get on so well. I like the same things.
So Debbie found her craft sister with Sam.
Okay.
I found my craft brother.
Ali and Craig. Crowley. No. It doesn't work the other way, does it?
Don't quite like that.
I don't like that either. No.
Alaig.
Alaig.
I like that better. Alaig.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, that's fine.
It's wake-up calls. This is what happens.
That's fine. Okay, so all I've done is I've just got the next stamp out. I've just put it in the same place using that notch. And I'm just going to cover that with my white opaque.
Right.
Try and make a bit of a white key cup going on. Get a nice layer.
Good.
And because that notch is in the same place and the stamps have been formed so that they work that way, I can then push that down.
I'm going to give everyone at home a little bit of a tease. I've got a show coming up, not that far away, and if you are looking to eventually get a hold of many of our Spectrum Noir ink pads, whether it's water reactive, quick dry or opaque pigment, just stay tuned. There's going to be an opportunity coming very, very soon.
How soon?
A week on Friday.
When did you say?
A week on Friday.
Okay, that's all right.
And 2 Colour Me Happies in a row I've got.
Have you?
This Friday and next Friday. How lucky am I?
I think I'm. Hang on a minute. What day is it today? Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Next Friday. I think I'm with you. Next Friday. Is that Friday the 10th? 9th?
Yeah, 9th.
Yeah.
9th, 10th.
10th. You and I.
Friday the 9th.
Friday the 9th.
I don't know why we're arguing, sorry. No, it's not.
You
it's
carry
the
on,
9th,
boys.
but
It's fine.
It's
It's
boys.
fine.
Boys being boys.
Same again. So this stamp set comes with the leaves and the roses as well.
Yeah.
And then they'll line up perfectly together as long as you get those notches in the right place. So I'll just very quickly
Friday
do this
the 9th.
last one. Now with this one, make sure you line up the notch and then just let it slowly flop down to make sure that it stays in the position that it's supposed to.
So that's the best way to get it in its right position, is just let it
Flop down.
Okay.
Yeah, let it fall to find it. Otherwise, if you try and place it down, it'll be a little bit squiffy. So there we go. So then I've got the last one there.
Does your son craft with you as well, Terry Tom wants to know, Ali?
He tries to, yes.
Okay.
Yes, he's not as crafty as I would love him to be, unfortunately.
How old is he?
He is 8.
Oh, we're still time then, isn't it?
Yeah, he will. He'll get that. He loves drawing, I must admit. He loves doing his drawing. Right, okay. Yeah, he does love drawing. So I'll just show you quickly how we make the easel part, the card.
Okay.
So I'm using the die that comes with it. So that's going to cut that section out. Okay. But what I've done is I've just lined it up with the top. So the actual cutting part of that top bit is not going to cut into the card.
Got you.
And I'm going to put that quickly through.
I'm going to step back slightly.
Well, thank you.
There we go.
Oh, I've come off my step, sorry. I've come off my step. Fun.
Have you got the posh step behind there? Or
I have. There we go. Sorry. There we go. Oh, thank you. You made me look.
I wasn't going to say that earlier on when you were on about your height.
All right. I'm on. Yeah. Well.
To be fair, Craig is on the step as
happens.
well. When he stepped out, that is his real height. He's only about 5 foot.
And then what that's done is it's cut through, but can you see? I've actually made a shaped card with it. What's he doing?
No, I was just showing the difference in the height.
Oh, right. And then what you can do then is actually draw around the die, fussy cut that out to stick it on the back, and then just stick them all together.
Fantastic.
So
That's
cute.
great.
That is so cute. What a different way to be able to use that one as well. So that was so good. You know, for many reasons, it's because obviously you had us having a wee bit of a play there. But just to say as well, it's live. The cameras are left to right, right to left. And you've done the layering stamps. Which, if there's anything that just needs that little bit of time and focus and that, it's our layering stamps. And you've just done that absolutely spot on, so thank you
I'll be doing it some more in the Creative Cravings later, so it'll be a bit slower, that one.
7 p.m. here in the UK, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific Time. That's the details on the screen right now if you are wanting to pop them into your basket. But do you know what? You can see them there. £50, $40. If you're platinum, £40 or $32. First time that they've been seen as a full bundle in quite some time. It works out as you're saving 50% on that one. But it's not just the layering stamps. You've got lots of different element stamps as well, including the dies if you want to use them on their own. Really nice set as well. And as you've seen, Ali using them. They go through your midi, and some of them will go through the mini as well, but certainly the midi, the junior, and obviously bigger. They're definitely going to go through them, Ben.
Yep, lovely comments still coming in. Dan just saying, I love Crafters Companion, so much fun learning how to use the products. Love that rocker card. Suzette Suze, oh, hi Ali, I'm loving your idea of the chalk way of doing your teacup card. And Sue Hyde just saying, hi, all, loving the demo. Your artwork is always beautiful. See you soon down at Evesham. It is a Wednesday, of course, and on a Wednesday here on Wake Up Call, we bring you our random crafts of kindness. Thank you for sending all of these in. I've really enjoyed this feature over the last few weeks. It's really brilliant, isn't it, how to see how your craft skills are able to put a smile on other people's faces, maybe raise a bit of money for charity as well. We've got a final 2 stories here to bring to you. Pat Schoff has been in touch. Hi, Pat, who says, I used my penny slider card box, made a local nursing home. Here we go, 45 cards to let them know they are not forgotten. Then I made the same nursing home birthday cards for each of the residents, so they'll receive a card on their birthday. That, again, is just thinking out of the box in a great way. To put a smile on all of the faces of the people there in the nursing home. So thank you, Pat, so much. That's a brilliant story. And also a name that I recognise, Catherine Bennett. So Catherine sent in an image last week about an award that she got, or a certificate that she got, raising money for breast cancer. And she said she sent me some pictures of some items as well, I believe. Items made with some of the items donated to me. I recycle the ring pulls from my drinks cans. These are brilliant. A Christmas or funeral wreath, bracelets that can be displayed on greetings cards or Christmas trees, a pendant and a handbag, which was actually made by my daughter. She sent in so many pictures. Have a look through all of these. I mean, there are just some brilliant makes here. I love these hedgehogs coming up in just a second as well. Basically, Catherine has gone on to say, I've sold over £8,500 worth of masks during the pandemic, and of course lots of cards as well. Catherine, thank you so much. I'm so glad that we managed to kind of get back in touch with you after last week, because it was great to see the certificate, but great to see all of the things that you've made as well. So Catherine, thank you so much for that. And if you sent in a story over the course of the last few weeks, probably months now, isn't it? A big thank you for sharing all of your random crafts of kindness. We've certainly enjoyed every single story that you sent to us over the last few weeks. Now, coming up a little bit later on, again, with Ali on Creative Cravings, myself and Ali will be bringing you another chance to get your hands on the Vintage Diary collection. It's a huge collection, 79 elements in total, 2 12x12 pads. And again, look at that. The saving that everyone's making today is over £32, over $43. But if you are in Club Inspire Platinum member, you're going to get another 20% off that, bringing it down to $103.20 or $137.60. We'll see lots more of this over the course of the show later on, but I think we're going to go back over to the crafty side of the studio right now and get one final demo before we get you to vote for Ali's demo of the show. And of course, don't forget, you have a chance of winning one of Ali's makes a little bit later on. But let's get back over to Ali and Craig. What are you going to be using, Ali?
So what I'm going to have a look at with this demo is I'm going to be looking at the beautiful embossing folder of with the books and the scrolling. So I wanted to try and make a little bit of a save the date card so that you can use that, but it's also using the vellum as well. So if I can, there we go. Yeah. So it's a way of making your vellum stand up, but you've also got the light being able to go through as well. Yeah. So I'll go through that.
This in itself, this is what I said before the show, that so many of you at home are going to love, you're going to recreate, because it's always something you ask, how else do you use vellum? Ali's ready to show you. Vellum is a card blank, so it's going to be a good one.
So we're looking at the vellum. With this, depending on where you're wanting the design to show, I mean, you could put it either side or... But what I've decided with this vellum piece, I'm loving this clock here. So I'm going to just cut this down to where I'm wanting the edge to be.
And I suppose you could then make it whatever size you want, can't you?
Yes, yeah, any size that you want it to be. So I'll save that for later, but that's where I'm wanting it to be. This one is a 6x6, so I'm just going to cut that now to the 6. and then score it. Oh, not a scoring tool. Yes.
Excellent.
And then turn it the other way and score on the 6.
So do
There we go.
you score, obviously we've seen it there, you know, the way that you scored vellum. You don't score it in any different way other than you would do maybe cardstock or that? Or?
I don't know.
No.
Vellum's it's thick. It's not like tracing paper. It's nice and thick. So you need to be a little bit gentle, because if you push a bit too hard, then it will go through. But you get but it's thicker than you think it is. So yeah, I just score the same way. And burnishing as well. With vellum, it's good to burnish. Well, with everything, it's good to burnish, but with the vellum, because then you get that nice crisp there.
Look at that on its own, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
So I wanted to find a way of being able to using that as my background without anything else, because I love how light comes through vellum, and I want to be able to show that. So I'm going to just bring in my embossing folder, and I'm going to share with you another tip that I do.
Okay.
I decided with this, I only wanted the book part of it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put my card in where I'm wanting it to be.
So nothing different, same as you would do?
Same as normal.
Okay.
I'm just putting it into the folder, and then I've actually stolen my Gemini Mini folder.
Okay. I'm intrigued to see
Are you
what this is
intrigued?
going. Yeah.
And then I'm going to just run that through my MIDI.
Okay, yeah.
So it's giving the same pressure, but it's only putting the pressure where I'm wanting
That's really clever.
it actually to be.
I have never thought of doing that. I've used my mini folders within my MIDI. I've never thought of doing what Ali's just done here.
And then because you've got a little bit of pressure on the edges of it, it kind of fades out, so you get a nice faded. So if when
That's a great tip.
bring
That
in
is
my
such a good tip, isn't it?
So if I bring in my inks now, just quickly.
We on Wake Up Call, of course, we are against the time more than any other shows. But what you have done, techniques, tip-wise, within Wake Up Call, wait until Creative Craven comes later on tonight, nighttime here in the UK. You guys at home are in for an absolute treat. I know I'll be watching.
Is this all stuff that you've just done like via trial and so that then, Ali? Was it
I
just something that you
just
just
play.
tried one day?
Yeah, I'm just always just playing and
Yeah.
seeing what will happen. Like everybody says on here, it's just a piece of card.
Yeah.
In the end, and
So
if it
true.
didn't work, it didn't work.
No.
And you make happy mistakes as well, and you think, oh, I'll actually do that then, and I'll find a way of being able to get that in. So what I can do now. So can you see how you've got you've got it faded on the edge here, but you've only got the bit that you wanted.
That's really tickled me because something so simple, never thought of that.
You'll be using that one now, Craig, won't you, eh?
Yeah. Gonna be using that
You can
one,
have it.
Ali.
You can have it,
Thank
Craig.
you.
That's fine.
Just make sure you keep watching, because he'll be claiming that for his own soon. Give it a couple of weeks. You'll be like, oh, I've come up with this great tip.
That's all right. That's it. Just give me a little bit of a name, a little bit of a plug as I'm doing that.
Absolutely.
Right. So I'm just going to cut that down to just less than 6,
Okay.
and I've pre-cut a piece of card to stick that onto somewhere.
And did you stick with the ivory themes because of the colour tones that run throughout?
Yes,
or you
yeah.
like that?
Vintage and white don't work
No.
because the white is far too bright. So yeah, the ivory it brings everything,
Perfect.
dulls everything back. I'm just finding my piece
Yeah,
of
you
card.
go for it. I suppose that would work with Centura Peril as well. Anything along the ivory theme, as Ali says, is going to work an absolute treat for sure.
Yes, yeah. And our there we go, pen. Like I said, with the inks that we've got and everything, they're named to help you. So you've got the vintage this, vintage that. You've got the vintage sparkles, which I might possibly be using later.
Oh, a little sneaky peek
Yes. So but just try and play and see what will match with what. So there we go. Just quickly, I've put that together.
Okay.
You might want to put a little bit more on if you had a bit more time.
Right, yeah.
So I'll. Yes.
Yeah, Johnny just says we're live on
When
TV.
you're live on
Are we?
telly, yeah.
Oh, we're live, apparently.
When in live.
Are you finding the times going quickly, Ali? Because we always
Very
talk about in
quick.
here.
Really, really quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Right.
I think as well, with Sam or in yourself, once you've done Creative Cravings, you know, sometimes as well you think maybe a wake-up call, you know, there's all the time in the world, you know, trust me, it flies in. When you've got Johnny and you've got Georgina in her ear going, we're just about out of time, it's like, oh.
So fast, it's so fast. Right, I'm just going to very quickly emboss my ribbon.
Emboss onto the ribbon? I've not seen this before.
I've not.
I'm going to have to come off my step as well.
No, that's
I can't
okay.
move it. Oh,
I'm,
no,
I'm just... We do.
Oh dear! Have you got the big one?
We have got this. We've got an array of plates.
Oh,
so
lovely! How organised is that?
If you're ever back here again, if you forget anything,
Just grab it from there.
It's not normally that organised, darling. They've just done it because they knew a special guest was coming in.
All right, okay. That's fantastic. Right, okay, so there we go. So you can emboss ribbon.
Wow.
So obviously I foiled ribbon.
Yeah,
a lot
I've never
when it
seen
comes
it
to the
embossed.
foil press, but embossing it.
I'll say, oh, it's not embossed. There we go. Sorry. If you've got the red liner tape.
Which we should have some.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Towards the end, don't you apologise. We should have some towards the end somewhere. Maybe not. No, right here. We should also have a lovely little drawer full of goodies. I'm going to have a raid for you.
I did have some.
There you go. We will...
I'll tell you what, just whilst we're on the search for some adhesive, this is brilliant, isn't it? Live TV,
sorry.
Craig's going through the drawers. Lots of love coming in for all of the demos. Mandy just saying, Ali, you've done a great job and overcome your nerves too, and you've made some lovely makes. Pammy Clayton on YouTube saying, Ali, great job. What a fantastic idea with using the smaller plate. You will overcome your nerves. I think, as we said, she's doing an absolutely brilliant job. And if you love all of Ali's hints and tips, she's going to be back later on this evening on Creative Cravings from 7 o'clock, 2 o'clock East Coast, 11 o'clock on the West Coast as well. And as we said, what we're going to do, we'll get you to vote for your demo of the show in just a few moments' time. And then later on, we'll get you to vote for your demo of the show in Creative Cravings. Then we'll get you to vote for Ali's demo of the day at the end of that show. And then we will pick one of you at random to receive the winning make, as we did with Sam last week. Just think it's a nice little way to get that vote going and for you to win yourself one of Ali's cards as well. I think we're just about ready. Did we find it, guys?
Oh, we found some.
Thank
Thank
you.
Thank goodness we got there. Okay, so what I've got done is, if you find that it doesn't emboss as well, what you can do is you can put your red liner tape in, and what that will do, it will hold the emboss easier for you, and it will hold that in. So let me just push that round.
It with the red liner tape.
With the red liner tape on, yes. And then just run that through.
Okay. So, you know, you've got...
Oh, there we go, felt it then.
You can feel it, can't you?
Yes.
You can feel the difference sometimes.
And I think I might actually come back again, just to give it a double.
So this has really got a lot of textures, from the embossing of the cardstock, then the ribbon as well, vellum.
There we are. You can definitely see it now.
I can see it from here.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah, brilliant.
And then you can just pick that up
Awesome, George. Thank you.
with your inks.
Look. Is that just satin ribbon?
Yes, yep. So this is just satin ribbon. There we go. And you can see the...
Yeah.
Fab.
Yeah. So you can see
that.
the scroll within there. Okay. And then I'll stick
Literally
that on.
2 firsts for
Over.
me, the case for the last 10 minutes.
2
Brilliant. Always learning.
I do love it.
And it's a good way to show, and a prime example as well, that even we learn as well.
Oh, yeah.
When I see, you know, either from obviously yourself, Ali, or when you post pictures on social media at home, we learn, we come up with ideas as well. So it's a big thanks to you too.
Well, no, I love it. This is what I love to do. I love to share and help other people do it. So I'm just going to put that onto there.
Okay.
And
you're absolutely fine as well if you make something, Ali, and someone wants to recreate it exactly. You're absolutely,
perfectly fine. That's perfectly
that
fine.
might sound
Yeah,
like a
no
silly
problem.
question, but I know there is some out there that they don't like you recreating exactly what they do.
Wow, okay.
What's the point?
Well, why did you show them?
Yeah, it's crafting. Obviously not us at Crafters Companion, but it's all about crafting. If you want to recreate whatever we do exactly the same, you go for it.
Yes. Definitely. Okay, so what I'm just going to do very quickly is I'm just going to put some of our tape on the vellum. And then...
Such a great idea using the vellum as a carte blanche.
I'm just going to... You'd be this a lot tidier than I will, by the way. And then I'm just going to stick that in. And there we are. So now it will hold up.
Look at that.
That is fantastic. I tell you what, do you want to quickly grab your 3 makes of the show? Because we've got about 3 minutes left, so this is going to be the quickest vote ever.
Sorry, Sarah Jane.
Yeah, you to vote for your favourite demo. So let's quickly go through these then. So number them 1 to 3, then 1 being the first one that you made, Ali, and then we'll go through this so people can get to vote. The quickest vote ever on TV.
Oh, where's it gone?
We're just getting them all lined up for you, and as we said, what we'll do, we will give away one of these cards at the end of the day today. What will you vote as Ali's demo of the day? So here we go then. So number 1 was the frame, this card, wasn't it?
Look at that one.
There we are.
So that's number 1.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay.
Number 2 was that gorgeous teacup.
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 I love that.
So
and then number
thank
3
you.
is the card that you just made.
And the one I've just made.
Yeah, put in that one.
Well, I can put that one in, and I'll finish it off.
Yeah.
I'll finish the thick bits.
All right.
Later.
1, 2, or 3. Get voting now. You've literally got 2 minutes. 2 minutes to get voting. Now, if you love the idea of being able to recreate that demo, you need the Vintage Diary collection. It is this full kit here. It's massive. It's a Moseby set. If you are watching Creative Cravings a little bit later on, we'll go through that in much more detail for you and more demos as well. But £103.20 is the Platinum members price, or $137.60 if you're shopping with us in the US. That show has absolutely flown by. It's been phenomenal, hasn't it, Craig?
Absolutely phenomenal. Just as I left Ali there, she had a little bit of a sigh there. She couldn't believe how quick that it's gone. But honest, all that the comments say it all, you know, and they're repetitive in a good way. You've absolutely loved just even seeing you, Ali, your ideas, your techniques. The 3 cards, we're ready to come up with the result in a minute, but 3 different ones within Wake Up Call. So lovely to see as well. Lot of love, and absolutely, totally agree with Johnny just saying in my ear, well done, Ali. Really, really good. So, yeah, it's been an absolute flyer of a show. So quick.
Sorry. Ali's sighing over there. He's walloped on the armchair going, it's been a great show. and we have actually got a winner of the demo of the show as well. So the demo of the show, Ali, is... number 1!
Oh,
just show us that frame card again.
Thank you. There we go. So is this one going to be sent out to somebody then?
No, what we're going to do, we're going to put that one
show.
forward. We're going to put that one forward later on into Creative Cravings, and the card that you have as the winner of Creative Cravings will go up against that one to be the demo of the day, and the winning card we will send out to one of our commenters through the day. It has been a fantastic show. Big thank you to Ali. Of course, you'll catch Ali on Creative Cravings later. Have you enjoyed it? Has it been not as stressful as you were thinking?
Not as stressful, I was thinking. No, I've loved it. I have really loved it. Thank you, everybody, for making me feel so welcome and liking what I do. So thank you very much.
Excellent. No, absolutely. Well done to you, Ali. So thank you for the comments from everyone in the Evesham store as well. Rachel, a lot of customers as well. Big shout out to you guys in the Chesterfield store as well. Big shout out to you as well. I cannot wait and see what, well, I kind of already know what Ali's got planned for Creative Cravings. So don't forget, Debbie is going to be back with Ben for the next show, Craft Along. So it's all about the frame, stamp and die set. So get the bits together, go across to social media. That, of course, is 3 p.m. here in the UK. Or, of course, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. Pacific Time. And then Debbie will make a brief appearance with Ben and Ali for Creative Cravings, 7 p.m. here in the UK, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, or 11 a.m. Pacific Time. I'm going to see you same time tomorrow for Wake Up Call with Craig on Thursday. Bye.